Position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the BYU Cougars, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and Davey Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Texas A&M's offense will have the first possession of the game. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off in defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because
right down the middle. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Making side adjustments here. They'll try the outside to the left. Oh, he's got a chance. Turning it on. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27. Let's talk just for a second about BYU. At this point in the season, you're probably in if the playoff starts today, but it doesn't. A long way to go, and the margins will be extra thin from here on out.
No, because if the season ends today, you're basically right on the cusp outside of the top 5, so you need to keep winning. You need to keep the intensity up, playing with a sense of urgency for the second half of the season, David. I think that's a massive key for this team.
Man, it's so hard with young kids, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, to get them to continue to focus on the game in and game out, not the rankings, not down the road. That'll be the challenge down the stretch.
Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them, because you know the ball is going to be the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
Grabbed in the middle. It's fired. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Absolutely perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating.
There he goes! Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Quarterback making checks. Trying to get the edge on the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out. They knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's going to fire to the left. Touchdown, Aggies! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. The give to the tailback. Runs through the tackle. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They thought they could just run it off third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Grabbed over the middle. It's Samuel. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and you know they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these Aggies, I think they're
breaks into the open, and he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
They'll run it. It's Gross. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground.
And he runs it impossible. Touchdown, Aggie!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Wants to go up top on first down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Wants to go up top. And the quarterback pulled up through and sacked at the 12.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
Makes the catch around the 50. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They've come out red hot already with a 14-3 lead. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. Oh, he's got some space. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. He's piled up 65 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. They'll give it to the back. Can't get him to the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, the defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Phyllis, take a peek at what's happening in this interesting battle in the MAC. Northern Illinois has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside Husky Stadium. They're up by 4 over Ball State. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wide receiver comes in motion. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Touchdown, Texas A&M. How about this defense taking one back to the house? Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. To the air on first down. Spits it out to the back. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This time on target.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Cougars line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. Looking to throw for it. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. He got a hand on it and deflected it, but probably just got a bruise off that missile and gave up the completion.
Yeah, not used to handling the revolutions on that football. QB zipped it in there. Nice job getting the deflection, getting your hand on the football. That's what you're supposed to, find the football, but the offense got the break and got the completion.
Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Going to swing it on second down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in the hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Firing to the right, complete. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. No good. I guess the idea was to chip away at a big lead. Consider the lead not chipped away yet.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Makes the grab. Turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches. And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time it's complete.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And the Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
How nice is it as a play caller on a critical 3rd down in a pretty obvious passing situation when you've got a guy like this that can just take off and go get you the 1st down, right? There's no panic. Nothing's open downfield. Great job in coverage, but that's not a problem because I just know it's like backyard football again growing up as a kid. He just takes off. He's a better athlete than anybody you've got, and he gets the 1st down.
Looking for space. It's Gross. Quick spin on the ride. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that 1st down.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the snap, it's Gross. There he goes. Spinderella. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Aggies. That his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
He'll bring it out. It's Everett. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he had just taken the touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Wants to throw on 1st down. They're working that left side. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. BYU lines up quickly. Here's the pressure. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute, throwing and running the football, Dave.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop? Down right now before the half. They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Samuel. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the...
It's a running room. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
He now has 111 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. The Aggies in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Grab near the marker. It's Samuel. He goes out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Aggie!
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it out. It's Everett. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
He's got it again. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, and we have run out of time in the second quarter. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in College Station for a fun first half than you? And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Kyle Field.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Makes the catch. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that component.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
And the Cougars trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one.
By the receiver. He's out of bounds at the 42. Second down coming up.
Second down coming up. Back to pass. Rushes on him. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the...
Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down. Past the 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Aggie.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stuff.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Northern Illinois is just steamrolling its way to victory today. No way the experts saw this coming. A lead that just keeps growing and growing. They're up by 25 over Ball State. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Still on his feet at the 45. Sprinting away. Flips the field in an instant, and he has it down to the 25-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They go to the ground. pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
On second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Had to throw it before he wanted. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. He'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, that's what I think.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Fires to the tight end. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense got it. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And how about this defense, man? They just keep making plays. Another forced turnover and another touchdown, man. They don't just scoop these fumbles up. They're scooping them up with the intent to score. Their 2nd fumble return for a touchdown today.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Everett. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Looking downfield on first down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
This poor quarterback has been running for his life. He has never been able to get his feet set, stare downfield, and try and pick this defense apart because he's constantly throwing with pressure in his face.
The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Here's a return from midfield. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency there.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some 1st downs together. Get some good mojo going.
To the air on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get it in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
That's good for fighting.
These 2 guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies! And they take it in for 6 more points. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these 2, that's a virtual textbook there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running his route. Great result because of it.
And he tacks on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Coming out with it, it's Everett. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Rides to back and leaves it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Robinson looking to pass. Shows him the stiff arm. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And that's kind of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the fourth quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic weapon. They got to continue to get him.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Man, these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Offense working from the pistol. Here we go. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He'll get rid of it. Got him downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
And that's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting a drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home, and come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Eastern Michigan is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now. But there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by 10 to Ohio. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Robinson will throw. Wide open downfield. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
What a play on that return, but will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Catch is made at the 15. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Goodness, great. That is the way you blow up a play quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, cause direct. That had to be a blown assignment. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. It's really not hard to find the difference between this game and the loss last week. Turned it over 3 times a week ago, none today.
And just a great response. Last week, you know, you're probably the reason you lost, and you didn't take care of the football. But now you step out here, you show your team you can bounce back, you can lead, take care of the football, and lead this team to victory.
Texas A&M ready to go with another 1st down. They'll move the tight end. They want that clock to run. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
And some room to work. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. So they come to the line, and the wildcat's going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Gross. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the wildcat.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
Might be calling a hot route. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Man, that hurts because 2nd down, you got everything in front of you, the whole playbook open. Now you get a lost yardage play. Now it's 3rd down. Now it puts those feet to the fire a little bit more. Now you better come up with something you really love in this area of the field.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down. Here we go on 4th and goal, ground to cover. They want to throw it. Finds him out of the backfield. He's going for the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
When you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet sticker. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win column.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner will be brought down. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch it.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive.
That's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
And you don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field. Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your...
Oh, he's got some space. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the fourth quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
It's complete on the right side. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
That's good for a fighting 6.
How impressive has this guy been throwing the ball today, especially after the game he had last week throwing 3 interceptions? He turned the page, he got himself focused for this game, and he's been making outstanding decisions all day long.
He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them outflanked with the Wildcat. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. One more play to pad the stats. The offense changing the play. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Timeout is called with just a single second left. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second down, he'll throw it. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, it looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they